A very basic logo and slogan appears with a beautiful waterfall backdrop. Coming up on this amateur travel video production, we travel to explore a beautiful waterfall that Valo poses at, and we then show you the rubble at Gordale Scar as a little stream of water runs down. We adventure around a dark and gloomy barn that is sure to appeal to somebody, but we get out there rather quickly. A helpful map with GPS and what 3 words information appears, but is displayed as if it was created in 5 minutes with Microsoft Paint. I discuss the starting point at the village of Malham, which has a convenient car park and toilet facilities. There are multiple routes that have been drawn out on the map in various colours, or should I say doodled. We will be covering Janet's Foss and Gordale Scar in this video. You are presented with a plaque with a brief description and history of Gordale Scar. The camera pans right and the hillside is revealed. There are sheep dotted around the fields and a stone path is laid out in front of the travellers. Camera is watching as Christy leads Valo into a small stream along the path to have a drink. Camera is moving along the path, walking behind Christy and Valo. They're walking into a valley that hangs over them on each side. The shot doesn't do the location justice, but I was trying my best with very little experience I had. The camera pans right, revealing the rather empty stream alongside the pathway into the scar, as we follow a well-behaved Valo alongside Christy. Would have been a nice shot if it wasn't for the shaky cam. We are presented with the majesty of the Gordale Scar. The cliff faces are now surrounding us, going up 50 feet on each side. There's rubble in the middle of the valley. In the distance, a waterfall is flowing. Christy is starting to take photos and Valo is trying to attain freedom so he can explore and smell everything. This part of the adventure I'm rather giddy, discussing the scenes filmed here in the Witcher TV show. We are presented with my ugly mug as I talk to the camera about the beauty all around me. In the backdrop is the waterfall just located above my head. Its water flows into the valley through the rubble on the surrounding area. There's grass growing on the cliff face and the wear and tear of the ages is evident in the discoloration of the rocks and the area surrounding the stream. The rubble surrounding this area is easy to navigate but looks inviting to jump from stone to stone. I talked to the camera for some time, simply talking about the beauty of Gordale Scar. If anything, this scene could have been shorter as we'd rather be sightseeing than looking at me. Camera slowly but shakily pans left, following the stream down as the water flows from the waterfall. As it rotates through the area, we can see the cliff face, the vegetation and the trees that call this place home. You can just about see the flowing stream as it makes its way down and out of the valley. We travel back down the path we came, following the stream into the distance. Camera now reveals a road heading off into the distance, but the camera pans left to reveal a gate and an information sign, revealing our next route to Janet's Foss displayed on a National Trust sign. I slowly travel through the gate, showing the signs along the way, showing where we've come from and where we are going. We are being shown Janet's Foss plaque. This shows information about it and the wildlife in the area. The camera pans violently left, revealing a waterfall. The flow of the water has collected at the bottom to create a glistening pool with waves rippling in the sunlight. Valo, the Finnish Lapland, is now perched at the edge of the pool of water, turning his head as to avoid Christy's camera lens. After much effort, Christy takes Valo away from the waterfall to carry onwards and explore the area. We are presented with my ugly mug, with the waterfall and pool of water below me as other visitors to the area wade through the majestic waters. I start to walk away from the waterfall. The shaky cam and lack of stabilization is a lot more evident now. The top of the waterfall is behind me, a little stream flowing through the land towards its destination. I talk about how Valo was too skittish to go into the water, but maybe next time. I note that if you wish to visit the area with the absence of people, you need to come rather early, as it's a very popular, beautiful destination to stop at. The shaky cam returns as it guides us down a dirt track path alongside a winding stream, flowing and navigating. Christy and Valo are further along, continuing along, just out of sight. Oh Lord, my face is back. I will never get used to that. But at least a lovely waterfall and stream is now behind me. I'm telling the audience that it's time to move on and see what the trail has to offer for us. The camera fades out and reveals the landscape from above. I'm perched at the top of a hill and wanted to go explore as it had a little cave at the summit. You can see the flora on the hillside, the barren branches of the trees, and at the bottom, the flowing stream through the area. Valo is on all fours, hunched over and resting, but he seems rather nervous being in this small cave, so we move on. The camera fades onto another Janet's Foss National Trust sign, now marking and the passing through both of them, completing our trip through the area. The camera pans right, abruptly and violently once again, revealing the course of the stream and the new winding path leading off into the open. I peer again to spout words of wisdom. Or so I think. I do try to keep a decent backdrop so you can ignore me, and in this scene, the hillside is behind me and just over my shoulder, you can see the winding path laying out our route. As I walk along the path, I pass Christy and Valo, the latter is sniffing the grass and everything around him. I'm noting in this scene that both Janet's Foss and Gordale Scar are very accessible both in parking and the fact they are very short destinations to hike. The camera fades in, looking upon an abandoned barn at the side of the path. To passers-by, it might look like Christy is trying to break in by lifting herself into the upper window, but to assure you, the camera fades in front of the barn, revealing an open door and a sign that invites you to explore the barn safely. We hold Valo's lead close and slowly walk into the barn to explore the remnants inside. The inside of the barn is dark, but with some areas revealed by the light penetrating the darkness, shining in certain areas. I follow behind Christy, who is taking photos of the barn as we sweep through looking at the leftovers of a once used barn. The camera is now deeper at the back end of the barn, inside a large area facing a set of large barn doors with the light trying to break through the cracks. The camera pans right, venturing back into the barn stalls and into the light. I'm rather surprised I didn't fall given how shaky the camera is going through the barn and into the outside. Maybe next time. Camera tilts up, revealing Valo dipping his toes into the stream, having a nice drink as he goes. His dog lead is following behind him, soaking in the water. Valo reluctantly starts to leave the stream and gives himself a good shake. Valo peers over a little ledge overlooking the stream, giving us the indication that he wants to dive in just for the fun of it. But we promptly move on before this occurs. A heart-shaped transition reveals a succulent slice of carrot cake sitting on a plate and a large milkshake sitting beside it, followed by a full English breakfast. The screen fades to reveal Valo barking while sitting perched at the waterfall, a perfect way to introduce the outtakes, the section we've all been waiting for. We are at the trail by the stream at Janet's Foss as we observe Christy failing to get Valo's attention to take a photo. I appear in front of the camera with the barn in the backdrop. I'm noting how the Yorkshire Dales has so much to offer, such as Christy playing on her phone in the backdrop of my shot. I'm standing at the waterfall at Gordale Scar. I yell, "Hello Valo," ruining the photo Christy was trying to take. The camera fades to show Christy standing at one side of the wall, placing treats at the top of the wall, hoping that Valo will appear from the other side, perched on top, ready for a photo. It takes a few tries, but Christy gets the shot in the end, even after the barking. Valo is playing in a stream. Something catches his attention and he glares into the distance. I joke that Valo's senses are tingling, a play on a Spider-Man phrase. Thank you for tolerating this to the bitter end. Valo and I really appreciate it. I learned very early on my voice is boring and monotoned, so I had to add a little humour to make this journey tolerable for everyone. If you've liked this content, maybe click the like button to show appreciation. If you would like more content and are a glutton for punishment, then consider subscribing to the channel and maybe visit Valo's Instagram. The details are in the description. But most of all, please leave a comment. Your feedback and opinions mean the world to me, but be constructive and gentle. I will try to respond as much as possible. We wish you all the best on your travels in whatever shape or form they take. Thank you for joining us and all the best to you.